I suppose we found our machine. At least, what's left of it. Do you feel anything, Saira? With your gift, I mean.
Nothing, no, but this thing looks familiar somehow. Let's take a look around.
Agreed. Maybe we can even take some small parts of it with us right now. The Order will transport the rest to Ark by Myrad.
Okay, so...
What strange metal. It didn't rust at all, despite all the time it's been here.
This place is familiar, actually. I think this is in the trailer for the mod. Very ominous music playing. Strange dynamo. I guess that's one of the parts.
All this energy, it's useless without the Numinos.
The Numinos. So what is that then? It looks far from finished though, like, it looks just trashed. Can't get in it. Oh, can't fit around there either. This another bit? Crystal.
Correct. Nothing else possesses that much raw, magical power.
So we need a large amount of magical power to fuel it. What's down here? Oh, an ambrosia. Oh my god, and a magic sword. Okay. An old parchment.
It works in a way we have not even come close to comprehending, like a cosmic force.
Oh, this doesn't tell me anything about it. That tells me literally nothing about this machine, other than it probably needs a large magical force to power it, or it produces a very large magical force. Well, let's talk to the girl, or the woman, Calia. I got this, yeah, I've got it tagged.
Yes? Found something?
Don't walk away from me. An old parchment.
They look useful. Let's take them to the Chronicum.
A dynamo?
Yes? Yes, you're right. How is it possible that it moves all by itself? Let's take it with us.
And a crystal canister.
Let me see. Yes, it does indeed. Seems to be some kind of energy storage, but it's empty.
I think that's all we need for now. Let's let the Order take the rest.
Yes, I think you're right. Hopefully we didn't miss anything. Let's go talk to Pegast.
It's very cool. I'm very liking how these quests are developing. Like, there are certain quests that just make me very interested. Like this main quest and her backstory, Kalia's backstory. I'm really interested in that. I want to learn more about it. Let me get a torch out.
Now that was quick. So, what did you find?
You're right, there is a machine back there. At least there was once. The years have taken their toll on it.
Well, that's not much of a surprise considering how long it was down here. And as long as we can reconstruct it, that's alright. I sent some of my men back to Ark. We'll request a caravan to get all the parts back to the temple and see what we can do from there. Let's just hope it really will help us against this cleansing, whatever it is. As much as I admire Pyrean technology, I don't like the idea of putting our lives in the hands of it.
We found this near the machine. Maybe this can give us a little insight into what it is, really is.
Let me see. Interesting. Truly interesting.
What?
Seems that this machine was only some kind of prototype.
Oh, great.
The real one the Pyreans were working on must be somewhere else. Plus, there's also a name for it. The Pyreans called it the Beacon.
That's poetic.
Indeed. Well then, it seems like you and your visions have once again saved the day, Prophet. There's a lot for us to do now. If you've taken care of your business here, I suggest you head back to Ark and report to old Aranthiel.
What do you think, Saira? Do you want to leave now, or stay a little longer?
Who? Celeria? Let's go. Please tell me, yes, he's going to take us back, please. Or at least the entrance. It would have been really annoying if we actually had to run all the way back through.
There you are. Pegast's mages have already told the
all
Grandmaster
the way
about our
back.
find, and they're waiting for us in the Emporium. Let's go.
Took us all the way back to Ark. That's nice. Saved me about 20 minutes of running. Probably don't need a torch now. You got your armor off real quick as well.
All that I am saying is that there are more efficient ways to battle this red madness.
I was cancel.
And heathen machines atop the Sun Temple are the last thing that will calm the townsfolk.
Maybe. But if this heathen machine is what the Pyreans used to combat the cycle, I want it near. Even if it turns out to be useless, only a fool turns down a chance. Skyrim, how long will the reconstruction take?
Well, that depends on how many Pyrean mechanics you have on hand that can help us decipher these plans. Just think for once, Aranthiel. How are we supposed to give you an estimation if we don't even know what the finished machine is supposed to look like?
We will get to work right away, Grandmaster. But in any case, we're going to need a lot of steel and Pyrean crystals.
You will get them. Now get to work. You did excellent work. We will reconstruct this machine, no matter the price. Here, this will reward you for your effort. That still leaves the sigil stone.
You mentioned the stone before. What do we need for it?
It's simple. I've told you that the Pyreans knew about the cycle, and that they too battled it before they vanished. The sigil stone was a magical defense they created to protect themselves from the Red Madness.
Protect? How?
Through small fragments that segregate once a certain ritual is performed on it. Wear one of these fragments and it will serve you like a shield for your spirit. The stone won't produce enough for all citizens of Ark, but enough for all of us keepers and the guard. The problem is that we lack knowledge about this ritual, and those who have it have been dead for millennia.
So that's why we need the memory of the dead person.
Correct. The entire plan revolves around a discovery which is exhibited in the Chronicum. The frozen corpse of a Pyrean, which a fisherman found adrift in the Northern Sea some years ago.
And we somehow have access to his memory?
Yes, the ice prevented his body from decaying. But go to the Chronicum and speak to Archmagister Maragil. He will be able to explain it better than I can.
Maragil? There was no Jill in that name.
That is the prophet, isn't it?
Okay, so we got to speak to Calia about what happened into the temple. So we'll do that first because I don't want to get too far ahead. So it's 2 souls. The quest is called 2 souls. So she has 2 souls within her body. And then we have to talk to Archmagister Mariel. It's not Mariel, it's Mariel. Mariel. Oh no, she's back here. Oh no, that's the guy. Never mind.
Walk blessed.
Yeah, I'll probably talk to her first and then we'll talk to the Archmagister Calia. We must speak once this loading screen gets done. Where are you, girl?
Now, if it isn't the prodigy, well...
No, I won't talk to you. I was thinking about talking to you, but then we might get into a very long conversation, which I'd rather not. Oh, you want to sit? I'll sit with you. We'll sit down and chill.
Saira, good to see you. Do you need anything?
Not really. I just came to talk.
That's convenient, actually. I think I still owe you an explanation.
About old Dolengrad, I take it.
Yes, but let's talk somewhere else.
Dothelgrad. Oh, we're going somewhere. I guess it's not for public ears.
So, sorry for all the secrecy. I just didn't want anyone else to listen in.
But yeah, where have you taken me, woman? I can understand that. So, what do you want to discuss?
Well, that moment when I neutralized the leader of the bandits in Old Dothelgrad. I'm sure you noticed that I was different then.
That's one way to put it. You seemed upset.
Upset? You choose your words carefully, Saira. I appreciate that.
I try.
I'll make this quick. There is something about me that you don't know. That no one knows, actually. Do you remember what I told you in the curarium about the destroyed village? Well, I wasn't entirely honest with you.
So you do know what actually happened?
Not all of it, no, and it's true that I don't know how I ended up there. But I remembered something just before I regained consciousness. Some kind of vague memory. A feeling, coupled with an image.
Feeling? What exactly do you mean by that?
It's hard to describe because it didn't last very long, but I saw myself, but I was somehow above the rooftops, as if I flew. Below me, I saw all the chaos, the dead, the fire, the devastated houses, and I somehow felt hot, but from inside, as if my blood was boiling. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? I'm sorry, but I don't know how to describe it better than that.
So that was what, a memory? Something that really happened? I'm not sure I'm following.
It was something that actually happened, I'm sure of it. But the memory, it was somehow blurred. Like a dream, but a very vivid one.
What happened?
Nothing. I woke up, and from there things happened just as I've already told you. But that's not really what I'm trying to get at. In that memory, when I saw all those dead bodies and all that destruction, I felt satisfaction, pleasure. As if all that suffering, all that pain was the most exhilarating thing I'd ever seen.
I'm not sure I can follow. What are you trying to tell me?
Well, I didn't know what to make of that memory myself for quite a long time. But then, things happened that made me understand. There is something inside my head, Saira. Some kind of second soul, an entity. Most of the time it sleeps, but there are situations in which it wakes up. Mostly when something atrocious happens or has happened. Blood, pain, death. Whenever I'm confronted with these kinds of things, it tries to... I don't know how to put it. Tries to take control of me, and then things like Alt Dothelgrad happen. It's never managed to completely take me over, and it hasn't gotten as far as it did in Alt Dothelgrad for a long, long time now. But that memory from the village, I think that is what happens when I let myself go completely.
And I'm guessing this power you suddenly had when you killed the bandit comes from this entity inside you.
Yes, it is immense, Saira. I can feel it every time it is trying to take me over. I don't even want to think about what would happen if I were to give in completely.
In other words, you have some type of demon inside you?
If that name seems fitting to you, then yes. But I think we both know these stories about ghosts taking over the living are just stories to scare the common folk. If it helps you, think of it as some kind of temptation. One that's just waiting for the moment when I am too weak to contain it.
It's a lot to take in.
I figure. Listen, what happened in Old Dothelgrad, I never should have let it come to that. But that moment when he charged me, the blood on his sword, I just couldn't contain it. And when I gave in, when I hacked him into pieces, I simply felt so thrilled. Complete. I was naive to believe it would never get that far again. Naive and stupid. But do you see now? This is the reason why I train so hard, why I always try to control my emotions, no matter what people do or say to me. This creature inside me, it's always on the hunt. And the only way I can keep it at bay is by controlling both my body and spirit 100%. Just one moment of carelessness. That's all it takes.
So, those villagers have been right after all. If you were to let it take over you completely, what would happen? No. Is there no way you can banish this monster?
No way that I know of, at least. Who should I ask? The apothecary? There are two ways that would go. Either they would ridicule me, or they would take me seriously and report my condition to the Order. Neither way helps me, and who knows what the Order would do if they found out, especially as strained as the situation is right now.
I don't like them other two options. But if violence provokes this thing, why would you go with the military wing of the Order?
Well, what would be the alternative? Transcribe Pyrean books like the Magisters do all day? Or drop out entirely and pour hot water for the upper city's noblewomen? Look, Saira, as you already pointed out, there is a chance that this thing inside me is responsible for the massacre in the village. And if that's true, I definitely have a lot of repentance to do, don't you think? And even if it isn't, I want to change things, to make the world at least a little bit better. And yes, I do realize that this means a lot of hardship and hard work for me, but I'm not afraid of that. Do you know why? Because that's what's missing in this world. So many people just talk, and never act, because that would mean that they'd have to actually endure something for what they believe in.
Maybe you should tone down your emotions? No. Sorry if I offended you in any way, I'm just worried about you. Yeah, I'm just worried about you.
Yes, I know. Sorry, I shouldn't have gotten so emotional. I just wanted to clear this up. Anyway, the one thing I ask of you is to keep silent about what I've told you. It will never come to something like that again, I promise. I'd like some time by myself now, and thanks for listening.
Transcribe verse 80 100 times. The sky can
Okay, that was interesting. Where the hell are we?
Yes, that just might work.
What the hell? Where am I? Where'd you take me? You took me somewhere. Let's go talk to this other woman then. I'm in one of the under areas. Like a training ground. Okay. Right, I think I have to go in here because there's an arrow here. Sounds interesting. So she does have some type of entity / demon inside of her. I'm very interested to see how that develops. You look cool. I like your armor. You like the builder or something?
Well, well, Naya, isn't that a sight? The one they all talk about has come to visit us. Greetings, Prophet. I'm Juslan Sharim, and, as you might know already, one of the ever-renowned Neremese mages around here. What's your name?
AlexanderHD. And yeah, that armor's from The Witcher, that's why I know
Pleased
it.
to meet you. And you have Calayan blood in you. That's a rare sight around these parts. But anyway, what brings you to me? Do you need anything specific? Or do you just want to talk?
Where is this supposed to lead?
Knowledge. Whatever that says.
Asking me to
I'm about
teach
to read
you?
it.
From what I've heard, you know magic as if you've studied it for centuries. But sure, why not? What do you want to know?
I don't want to go into a long conversation with you. I'm sure we'll end up talking to you eventually anyway. I'd rather just go and talk to this person we have to. Hopefully I'm heading the right way. to the archive. Ooh, you just disappeared.
Oh, hey.
Hey. Oh, look at your robes.
There you are.
So what's so spectacular about this? To me, our pal here looks like your average crypt corpse.
Of course.
Well, he isn't. Do you see this marking on his forehead? That's a symbol of the Ashian, one of the two priest castes who reigned over the Pyrean Empire like the Lightborn did over Vin. He was no high priest, but more than an acolyte. Let's just hope he participated in the manufacture of the sigil stone back in the Pyrean era.
Well, hoping can't hurt. But look, we have company.
Hey.
Archmagister, how's the situation?
Oh.
Walk blessed, Grandmaster. We're fine. Everything is ready. So this is him?
Yes, this is the Prophet.
Interesting. Truly interesting. I imagined you to be different. I'm Lexiel Merigil, Archmagister of the Holy Order. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Hello.
So, where do we start? Has the Grandmaster already informed you of the goal of this mission?
We're supposed to somehow get a memory from the dead Pyrean, because he knows the missing words for the ritual.
Correct. Now you're wondering, how will this be possible? This is where the word of the dead comes into play. An old relic we'll need to find.
The word of the dead? I thought that was a legend.
No, it exists. And we also know where. Just so you understand, the word of the dead is an artifact that allows entering a deceased person's mind to relive his last memories as if they were your own.
And you want to do just that with our frozen pal here. This is the grand plan, right?
Right. You'll need to locate the word of the dead, teleport the Pyrean's body to you, and then enter his thoughts. And there you'll have to look for the words of the ritual.
So, assuming that I do this, what exactly do I need to look for?
Well, we only lack the last words of this ritual. What you have to look for is an ornamental scroll, which looks just like the one on the drawing I'll give you in a moment. All you have to do is remember the glyphs in the scroll, then write them down once you're back in the waking world.
How am I supposed to find my way around his memory? I don't actually know, it's a stupid question. I'll be living his final moments. I'm assuming that I'll know how to speak Pyrean then. Alright then, so where can I find this word of the dead?
There's an old manor in Enderal's west that belongs to an old collector of artifacts. We received a tip that the word of the dead is in his possession.
Hang on. Are you talking about this odd fellow with the puppets? The aged man from the folk zone?
I am.
So we'll have to travel to his manor and somehow take the artifact from him?
You won't take it. It will be enough to find it. Use it on the Pyrean and then leave. You will travel to the manor with Dalvarek, wait for nightfall, and then introduce yourself to the aged man as a fellow collector of artifacts. Then you will offer him this brooch, and if all goes well, he will offer you a quarter for the night to negotiate in the morning. Then it's all a matter of timing. Sneak out of your room, look for the word of the dead, and teleport the Pyrean to you.
While the secrecy, can't you order just force the aged man to give up the artifact?
A good question, but no. The aged man is special, so to speak. Even the Lightborn ordered us to let him live in peace. The Black Guardian knows why. So, if we have to trick him, we will at least do it inconspicuously, which is why you and the mercenary are well suited for the task. No one will connect your faces to the Holy Order.
And how exactly am I supposed to use this word of the dead on the Pyrean?
Archmagister?
Yes? Well, that is a good point. We don't know, because we don't even know what the artifact looks like. But, how goes the saying? The proof of the eating is in the pudding.
We'll manage somehow. And even if we don't, it definitely sounds like an adventure.
It's a great responsibility, be aware of that. But I have faith in both of you. Now get going as soon as you can. This mission will be fruitful. I can feel it.
And there they go. Yep, just meet me at the Myrids Tower at the Western Cliff. I'll go grab my stuff now.
Brother, walk west. How are things?
Greetings.
Huh?
Okay, so that was really interesting.
This machine really is a science in itself.
How's that?
His body looks weird.
Yes?
I know you can see a bit of his body there.
Seems to be some kind of conjunction
Well.
of crystals.
It looks like we're off to do some stuff. And where actually are we heading now? At the Western Cliffs Myra Tower. Okay, well.
But recreating this
Well then, we are off to the Myra Tower on the Western Cliffs to
that's an understatement.
steal from this aged man.
Why don't we just use normal metal instead?
Wait.